When you think of the dawn of the FPS genre, you probably imagine Quake, Wolfenstein, and Doom. These three id Software titles defined what a first-person shooter even is. They were also a turning point in the modability of PC gaming, with many Doom and Quake mods becoming incredibly popular, some of which becoming standalone games. The Quake engine was a tool unlike any other when it came to video game creation, to the point that even this game engine, a modified version of Quake, had mods of its own that people used to make it an even better game engine. One of these modified versions of the Quake engine is Gold Source, the engine that was used to develop Half-Life, which was modded to become Counter-Strike. So, through this long, convoluted line, you can directly connect two of the most influential FPS games of all time. In 1998, a guy named Leka Fingers Kerinen was named the greatest Doom mapper of all time by Doom World. By this time though, he had already moved on from Doom and was modding Quake. Later on, Leka would move on once again from Quake and, well, do big things. He would go on to be hired by Valve Software and work on Half-Life 2, Portal 2, and Team Fortress 2, three games regarded to be some of their best. But we aren't here for that. We are here to look at a minuscule footnote in this game developer's resume. A Counter-Strike map called DE Piranesi. Piranesi was first released in Counter-Strike 1.5, alongside Ricochet. Piranesi is set somewhere in Italy, at least presumably. The name of the map comes from the Italian architect Giovanni Battista Piranesi. A good portion of this map displays artwork similar to that which he is known for. In the real world, GB Piranesi's only work of architecture was this restored church in Rome. The detailing work of the map leads us to believe that in the world of Counter-Strike, he also built this villa, or at least he lived in it. I believe that not only the detailing work of this map was influenced by Piranesi's art. I have not found any sources about this online directly confirming it, but just from looking around and comparing the map to sketches made by GB Piranesi, I think it's pretty safe to assume that a lot of the design and layout of this map was inspired by the body of work of its namesake. This map plays with a lot of verticality, something that most modern maps hesitate to do since it's hard to make a map feel balanced while having many layers. The best modern example of this is Nuke, but even that map took a ton of tuning to become as good as it is today. Piranesi is not a balanced map, not in the slightest, but it definitely is fun. The A site of Piranesi is an absolute nightmare, but it is a really fun nightmare too. I'll show you. This is A main. It is the only grounded route that goes straight to the A site with no detours. You can also come through double doors, but that route requires you to go through this B courtyard area. The entirety of the A site courtyard is remarkably open, which means that an absolutely enormous part of the dynamic of this site is which side wins the duel within the actual castle. Numerous sniper spots overlook the A site. Controlling the roof of the castle is of vital importance for both sides. It plays the role that a mid traditionally would in a more orthodox competitive map. This entire map is full of weird sniper angles that play with the verticality. They certainly are fun to take advantage of, but in practice, the pain that is playing against them somewhat negates the enjoyability of using them. Think about fighting someone in heaven on cobblestone, except that it's the entire map. That being said, again, this map is very fun. It's not built to be played at the highest of levels, it's built to be played on and explored by the average player. Speaking of exploring, let's talk a little bit about the detailing on this map, because it's actually really well done for the time. This map is an 18th century villa turned museum. As I said previously, presumably it is the former villa of GB Piranesi. I mentioned earlier that the walls were covered in drawings similar to those that Piranesi is known for. That is one of the 4 distinct exhibits at this museum. While the T side of the castle plays host to Piranesi's sketches, the CT half has 2 different displays depending on the version of the map. In the 1.6 version, the display is on 18th century furniture with a sign making fun of the limits of 1.6, saying that if they had less limitations, the furniture wouldn't be so square. In the source version, the furniture display has been replaced by much less square pottery, with a sign that says that once your tour is concluded, you can eat off of these ancient dishes, which is not something that I would recommend, but to each their own. The other 2 exhibits are the targets of the terrorists. The A site has this sundial built originally for Mad Emperor Fred. Through a bit of research, this probably refers to Frederick Barbarossa, a very important figure in history who led the Holy Roman Empire. While most people now consider the Holy Roman Empire as merely a predecessor to Germany, Barbarossa was actually born in Italy and spent a good portion of his rule campaigning there. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to assume that his sundial made it down there as well. The target at the B site is the Grand Orrery, a mechanical model of the solar system. The banner here says that it was created by the gnomes of Zurich, which is a slang term for Swiss bankers. A fun Easter egg in the 1.6 version is this car in the CT spawn area that has the Black Mesa logo on it from Half-Life. This guy is a long way from home, to say the least. And of course, if we're talking about detailing, we need to mention the thing that Piranesi honestly might be best known for at this point, the giraffe statue hiding just out of bounds that's present on all versions of the map. This room was most likely initially a lighting test, but also this giraffe is also dope as hell and cool as shit, so yeah. A lot has happened since I've been gone. Namely, Counter-Strike 2 is real and it's coming a lot sooner than we all thought. With every release of the new CS2 beta, new information is data mined. Take these leaks with a grain of salt, but one of the newest suggests that Piranesi may be on the way for Counter-Strike 2, along with two other very interesting maps, Vostok and Prodigy. Does Piranesi deserve to be revived? I'd say so. Will this new version of the map be any good? I'm not sure. I just hope that it manages to keep the flair and character that the originals have. And they'd better not forget about the giraffe. It is not anywhere near a certainty that Piranesi will return for CS2. A few years ago, CSGO source code popped up that led people to believe that it was coming for Global Offensive. Since then, obviously nothing has happened. But it is fun to imagine what they might change. Would you rather Valve try to balance Piranesi, a move that's risky and could cause the map to lose some of its charm, but might result in an even better map? Or to have them keep it how it is and relegate it to the casual game modes and unranked matchmaking? I think that the former is much more likely based on all of the previous maps that Valve have remade. Vertigo, Nuke, and Train all were vastly altered to better cater to the professional audience. It's up to you to decide if this balancing stripped them of their charm, or if it was good in the end. To be honest, I fall into the latter camp, despite how much I enjoy more casual-focused maps. Remember Lika from earlier, and how I mentioned all of the things he went on to do after Counter-Strike? Well, that's not the end of the story. Lika Karinen is credited as the lead designer for not one, but two Counter-Strike maps. Piranesi was released in 2002. 15 years later, on March 15th of 2017, Valve released Lika's second map, one of the most interesting experiments in modern Counter-Strike mapping, Canals. Tune in next week to learn all about it. Thank you. What's up? It's been a minute. I think I'm back for at least a little while longer now. This video was one that I've just wanted to make for a while. I've had it scripted, and the new stuff surrounding Piranesi that came out with the leak just motivated me to just pump it out. I think I'm back for real this time. That cliffhanger at the end, when this video is released, that does mean that I also already have the Canals video released. So, or not released, I have the Canals video recorded, and ready to go. But yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There's gonna be more coming. I've already got a third video planned for after that as well, so I'm well ahead of schedule right now. Hit me with any ideas you have for future videos in the comments, honestly. Also, Valve, give me CS2, please. It's all that I want in life right now. But alright, I've already gone for long enough on this thing. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.